Okay, welcome everybody to our distance learning module. Took me a little bit to get it up and running, but we are excited that hopefully with a very little time and effort from you, we will be able to at least keep the momentum going of the work we're doing in Puppy Best Start. So we don't want another generation of COVID puppies. So let's dive right in. On every deck, I list our objectives because our program is building your long-term dog the best that we can to be the happiest, easiest dog that they can be. That takes a lot of know-how, and we'll just put it in bite-sized pieces into the deck. Each day we'll have some socialization and training and behavior tips. They'll each be quick tips that hopefully you can incorporate some of them. The first one, socialization to living things, is a big part of a happy, healthy adult dog. There we go. So today's dog socialization tip is what I call, it's all about the break. Get it? But when people watch dogs socialize, it's really hard to know what's healthy and what isn't, and what's okay and what isn't. There's a lot to it, but what I tell people is start with always looking for the break. Your dog should not be suckling on the other dog's ears. The mouth should be breaking, open, close, and the play should have breaks. So there shouldn't be anything ongoing, not ongoing teeth on the other dog, and not ongoing play. Healthy play, they stop and start quite a bit. Sort of like in Wayne's World when they were playing street hockey and they were like, game on, game off, game on, game off. That's what healthy dog play looks like. So if there isn't a break with the mouths, if they aren't biting and releasing, that would be a time to intervene. And if the play is not taking breaks, stop and start, then that would be a time to intervene and help them out. Dog-human socialization. There are many, many, many different kinds of people in the world, and your dog needs to meet them all. So think of some fun field trips. This is what we do. You have your socialization guide, and I'll make sure to include a link to that in our Google Classroom. But pick out a demographic: Black people, babies, toddlers, people with irregular mobility patterns, and think of where you can find those populations and head out on a field trip each day so your dog is seeing many, many, many different kinds of people. Dog animal socialization. This is a little bit of it depends on your life, horses, cats, but think about what other animals is your dog gonna need to see as a social counterpart throughout their life, and maybe try to find a dog savvy cat today. The other socialization aspect is the dog's surroundings. I mean, come on, we want a dog that we can take out to the breweries with us, right? You got to be okay with other dogs and unpredictable things and traffic noises, etc. You want them to be able to go to dog day at the Saints with you and your 4th of July barbecues and ball games, all the things. So exposure to different sensory stimuli is very, very key. So for today, for our visual stimuli goal, see if you can find one of those inflatable flappy guys. That's erratic movement and unusual shape. If you think that that's out of reach, try for some rollerblades or flags that are low enough that your dog can see them. If your dog is scared of any of these things, pull back. That means they're in their hazard avoidance stage, which is fine. They without hazard avoidance, we're all dead. But we want to be a little more careful about exposure at that point. The ideal thing is to have the exposure before they even know to be afraid of it. The sound of the day is a blow dryer. So do some playing tug or playing fetch with the sound of a blow dryer far enough away that it doesn't bother them. The physical sensation of the day, see if you can find a slippery, shiny surface somewhere. I did not prepare a scent game for you. I will next time, I promise. The next important aspect to socialization is body handling. You don't want a dog who's stressed out by grooming and veterinary care. So today's body handling tip is called a paw sandwich. You're going to take your dog's paw and kind of smash it gently and firmly in between each of your palms, so that their paw is a sandwich and your hands are the bread. That feels really good to them. And it's a great massage technique to help build a positive feelings about body handling. Okay, now we're on to our training tip. So we kind of have the socialization part of the program, also the training and behavior. The foundational thing to think about with training is if you can't get your dog attention, you won't be able to get them to do anything else. People kind of take it for granted that they think the dog knows the name, that they're choosing not to respond. That is not how it works. You have to condition your dog's name if you want them to respond to you at all times, which is what we need, because it could be an emergency. And the dog that will sniff and ignore you and not respond to their name sometimes is a dog where the training's gonna never really quite work out. So your homework now is to try to not use your dog's name unless you are positive you can get them to turn and look at you. We do a lot of name game at Puppy Best Start, but we also don't use their name unless we either know for sure they're going to look at us, or we're going to be able to lure them or somehow get them to do it. They never hear their name and get to just go on sniffing or doing what they're doing and ignore it. That's just giving them a big, huge reward for ignoring you. Behavior. The fundamental thing we need to, the mind shift that we need here is that all behavior is communication. And our behavior thought for the day is you get the dog you pay attention to. So go ahead and sit with that. It's really easy to ignore a well-behaved dog. I'm actually kind of excited that I get to talk to you guys. We usually don't. I will get the next module out tomorrow. In the meantime, have a great night, and we sure miss you.